Good morning to our students, guests, participants, my colleagues, to our principals, and to all the live viewers for this session. It is my honor to be part of this activity. Today, we will be learning basic programming using mBOT. I am Ma'am Myra G. Flores, an ICT teacher from Buenaventura Alandi National High School. Before I move on, I would like to ask, who among you here were able to use robots or mBot? Can you type your answer on the chat box? Okay, that would be great. In addition, I would like to know who among you here was able to experience basic programming. Can you please type 1 on the chat box for your answer? Wow! Many of you were able to experience basic programming, and that's good. And now, let us find out what is expected in you at the end of the session. Are you excited? Okay, let's get going.
At the end of the session, you will be able to identify mBot parts and its function, perform basic mBot programming using mobile phone or desktop computer, and develop genuine interest in broadening knowledge of mBot programming. Now, let us continue. How are we going to assemble mBot?
Now, your mBOT is now ready. Before we proceed, let us know the software do we need.
What software do we need for us to be able to program your mBots? So in your screen, you can see the software that we need to use for us to be able to program our mBot. This is what we call mBlock. You can always download mBlock application in your mobile phone or in your desktop in Google. Now, how are we going to connect your mBot to your computer?
To connect your mBOT to your computer, let us follow these steps. What we need is the code and this mBlock code, your robot, and your USB. Plug the USB, the other end, dun sa inyong mBOT, yung square type of your USB dun sa inyong mBOT, and the other end is plug on your computer, the USB type. It must be plugged dun sa ating computer. Right after that, you have to on your mBOT. Pagkatapos, always remember that you have to click on the mBOT here, yung nasa left panel natin, and then upload module or code, and then connect. And then connect again. After that, magkakaroon siya na ano siya ng tawag natin dito, magkakaroon siya ng pa-process. After that process, upload again and then upgrade. We have to upgrade para ma-determine natin na kasi since ang nakalagay sa ating robot is yung factory settings pa niya. Unplug dun sa inyong computer. Pagka-unplug, turn on and off your mBOT. And then, plug it again to your computer. After plugging in, all you have to do is to connect and then connect to upload the program that you created. And then hit the upload button. And then let's wait para siya ay mag-process. After that, ay unload ninyo siya and then your robot is now ready. Now that your mBOT is ready, let's have the basic code.
In your screen is an example program of a blink. You can see that there are two lights blinking on the output side, and the other side is the example program. The onboard LED light blinks red for 1 second and then turned off for 1 second. And then it repeated for the process for 10 times. Now let us discuss the program or the example program. As you can see, we have here, wait, we have here the what we call program. So this is the start of your, it determines that you have to start the mBOT program. And after that, this yellow one, the repeat 10, is a block that means to repeat the contained script. So this block is used to control the blink frequency. This one, this line, is a figure that represents the brightness. The larger the figure, the more brightness it represents. So it ranges, yung 60 natin dito, it can range from 0 to 255. So it says that we can, the red light will blink for 60 seconds. And then may nakalagay dito na wait for 1 second. Right, magwi-wait siya ng 1 second before set yung light parameters to 0, or ibig sabihin, ginawa natin siyang 0, yung red light natin, which means to say na siya ay mag-o-off na. Okay, yung wait dito, balikan ko lang, yung wait dito is a block to control the red time and off time of the onboard LED lights, and it keep the status of the previous block without proceeding to the next. So different time can be set to control the blink frequency of the light. Now, this is the knowledge key point. What if we delete itong wait 1 second block, for example? Now, as the program is uploaded in Arduino, it runs very fast, even quicker than the duration of vision. So, yung about 0.05 seconds. If you delete this, the 1 second here, the main control board will run quickly, and the program turn on and off the light or the red light, but you cannot see it blinking with your eyes. To see the blinking, you need to add waiting time at the end of the script that controls the on and off of the red light. Okay? So, let's move on with our next example. We have the alternating blink light. Now, the alternating blink light, as you can see on the output, there are the left onboard LED light begins to flash blue for 1 second and then turn off. At this time, the right one begins to flash blue for 1 second and then turns off again. So the process repeats without the stop. Now, let us discuss the example program. So, what's the difference nun sa kanina? Nga kanina, we just use repeat for 10 repetition or process, which means itong ilaw natin dito is magbiblink siya for 10 times. In this case, ang gagawin niya, we use forever. Sabi nga nila walang forever, pero in this case, we used forever. See, forever here, repeat the contained script to control the blink frequency. Now, sabi nyo, ay forever po pala siya. So, paano po siya mag-i-stop? We are using the wait 1 second here. This means that the different time can be set to control the blink frequency to the red lights. Now, what's the meaning of set LED on board, all red, 0, green, 0, etc. Now, this one, especially, it is loaded with different options using the all left or right option to choose the LED light. So these represent the brightness. Again, the larger the figure is, the more brightness it represents. So it ranges from 0 to 255. Now, yung set LED on board all, itong all natin dito, when the color parameter is set to 0, the LED light is off. And then use this block to keep LED light off. Now, let's have again another knowledge points here. Point 1, why use? Okay, bakit natin gagamitin itong set LED on all red, 0, green 0, blue 0 to reset the LED, itong ating ilaw dito. The two onboard LEDs are individually controlled, and in the current mode, it will stay constant. For example, if you make the LED light up, it will remain constantly lit. Nakailaw lang siya. But if you carry out the script to light up the right side LED, yung sa kabila, it will not change the state of left side LED. But if you will see that both LED will stay continuously lit. Therefore, in order to achieve the alternating flashing, para siya nagfa-flash yung left and right, flashing effect for the LED on both sides, you should first add the script to turn off itong script natin, we have to use this to turn off the left side LED before the right side LED is turned on. So similarly, you should also turn off the light on the right side LED before the left side LED na magto-turn on. So in this example, use the script. Ito na nga, yung ating set LED on board, all red 0, green 0, blue 0 to turn off all LEDs to board, and you can compare it dun sa mga susunod na mga effect. Now, you can always change the value. Yan, ito lang naman halos lagi ang mga pinaglalaruan natin, yung mga value niya dito, para matest natin kung paano talaga nagbi-blink itong ating mga flashing light dito. Okay? May question po kayo? Kung wala na, let's move on with another program called Random Colors. Now, so, since basic tayo, ito na muna yung ating pag-uusapan. Si Random Colors, it changes the color of the LED on the board randomly every 1 second using random numbers. Pansinin dun sa ating output that we have lights indicating blue, red, purple, white, yan, and green. Now, paano po natin gagawin ito? Using the program na nandito sa kanyang tabi. Okay, the example program, we are using yung ating LED kanina, yung ating block kanina, ito, yung set LED on board, we just added itong pick random 0 to 10. Ano ang ibig sabihin nito? The range of the random numbers are controlled by setting its upper and lower limits. Ito naman, the set LED all, kapag naglagay natin ng all to red, yan, itong isang block na to, ang ibig sabihin yan, if we are going to replace the color value with a random numbers, you can make the onboard LED randomly change its color. So it depends on you. Sabi dito, ito is si red, itong isa is si green, itong isa ay si blue. Now it depends on you again if you want to change the value. So inaano lang natin siya, we just experiment kung ano yung nangyayari dun sa ating value dito, yung mga 0 to 10. And the wait 1 second here, ibig sabihin, the changing colors are frequency of the LEDs controlled by the waiting time. So, ibig sabihin, before the other color will be flashed, you just need to wait for 1 second. Now, ano ba yung ating takeaways dito? The knowledge points natin. We are using the random number block. Itong random number block it means that the number is generated each time is uncertain and it has no relationship with the one generated last time. For example, the result of rolling a dice can be considered as random since outcome is between integer 1 to 6. So there are several tips in using the random number block. Number 1, we have to define the range of the random number. This one, yung nandito, defines the two ends of the range of the random number. So ito yung yung random niya will start from 0 hanggang 10. So, it defines the two ends of the range of the random number. The range can start from a smaller value to a larger value or vice versa. So, kagaya nga nito, pick random 0 to 10 is equivalent to pwede rin ng pick random 10 to 0. Then, double-click nyo lang ito kapag kayo ay magpo-program na to enter the range directly or dito. Halimbawa, gusto mo ay 9 hanggang 9 lang siya, okay lang yun. So, other than that, other than using integers, a decimal or negative number is also acceptable. So, pwedeng negative number. Now, number 2, display the random value. By clicking the block with your mouse, ito, the random value will be shown at the upper right corner. Pag-click mo doon, ito, magkakaroon dito sa upper right corner ng value uh, nung ating block. And number 3, random integer and random decimal. When ito, holds both contain integer, the integer will be selected randomly. But if there's a decimal, at least one, let's say 6.9, 7.2, a random decimal will be generated. Okay, automatic siya mag-generate na ating decimal number. Okay? I'll be giving you certain task later para meron kayong what if you are going to create another blocks or another task. Gusto nyo iba. So, I'll be giving you a task later para naman meron kayong gagawin right after this session. Let us move on the basic movement of mBOT. Pag-aralan natin paano naman kung the mBOT will move from one place to another. Okay?
When you begin your code, make sure that you connect your mBOT to your computer. If you do not see the mBOT logo in the left panel, just click Add and click Settings. Then update the firmware to make sure that your program is up to date. You do not need to do it from time to time. You just do it for the first time, then connect again your mBOT. So right after the firmware is being updated, it's now ready. And then connect again your mBOT. And then click on Connect using USB. And now, let's do the coding or the code. To start up, we need the following. So we need a block of code, start up, which means that the M block will be starting. Drag it to your coding area. And then use action, the basic move forward and others such as move left, right, and etc. Or move forward at 40%. Move to our control the movement for 1 second after the mBOT move forward and will stop. There are two ways on how you can code your mBOT, so you can try both and see what's happening there. That depends on you as a programmer. You can always choose what actions would you like to make or what your robot would like to do. It depends again as you as a programmer. But for now, I will be using move forward for 1 second. And then after that, the mBOT should be turn right 50% for 1 second. And then turn right. As you can see, it's like a zigzag. So let's see what happens or how it look like. So hit the upload button after you finish coding to send your mBOT to your code. Now your robot is moving forward, left, and right.
So this is another advanced mBOT programming, the obstacle avoidance. Tingnan natin kung paano natin i-program si mBot na ah, aalis siya, liliko siya kapag may nakita siya na obstacle.
Use mBot block to start by choosing event, then use control, and then use wait for sensing. And then sensing, use onboard button, then click on the control again and change forever. Use the conditional statement if then, forever, and then use the conditional statement if then. This will be the one to use and sense if there are obstacles. Then choose the sensing block and click on the ultrasonic sensor. The sensor is the one to determine the obstacle and use the operator to change the value on the action for about greater than 50. And then click move forward at the power of 50%. Later on, i-change natin siya. And then click on move forward again, block. Then change the move forward block into left. Kung nakita niya na may block na nasa unahan niya, then choose connect to send the code to your mBot and then upload. Now let's see how your mBot works. So that's it. That's our demonstration for basic programming of mBot.
Before we end, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na hands-on. You can do this kung may mga mBot na po kayo para you can just explore kung ano yung mangyayari dun sa mBot na nyo. For the blinking lights, task 1, you are going to change the sample script to keep onboard LED blinking. Tapos i-upload ninyo yung program ninyo dun sa inyong Arduino. For the task 2, you are going to change the sample script to increase the blinking frequency on the onboard LED. And of course, after that, i-upload ninyo yung program ninyo dun sa inyong Arduino. And another one is the alternating blink. Ito naman yung task ninyo. Do not change the green and the blue values. Just choose a number of the number for red, and then observe the light effect. So, tingnan lang natin. Babaguhin natin yung value na yung dun sa yung blue, tapos yung green ay as is siya. For the task 2, tingnan natin kung anong mangyayari. For the task 2, change the script to allow the left and right LED on board to show different colors. Now, tingnan natin kung ano pa rin yung mangyayari. So, meron tayo dito dun sa left, LED left, red. Ito yung value niya. Okay? And dun sa another one, yung script natin dun sa left, okay, yung LED right, ito yung value niya. So, you can change the script. Ito, baguhin nyo yung numbers na din natin dito dun sa script, and then see what happens to your alternating blink for your mBot. We now reach the end of our discussion. Before I end, I just want to give you this quotation. Sabi nga nila, life is an experiment in which you may fail or succeed. Explore more, expect less, by Santosh Calvar. Which means to say that hindi dapat tayo nag-contain kung ano yung meron tayo. We have to explore para mas mag-succeed tayo kung ano yung gusto nating marating. So, dapat sa pagpo-program po natin ng ating mga mBot, always remember, we have to explore. Hindi lang yung kung ano yung itinuro sa atin, yun lang yung ating gagawin. Mas maganda kung kayo ay nag-e-explore. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening. I hope na meron kayong natutunan ngayong araw na to sa pagpo-program natin ng ating mBOT. And now, we will move on with the question and answer.